Let's start with something most of us eat every week: rice. Leftover rice seems harmless, but doctors warn it can be a silent health hazard. Here's why: when rice is cooked, it can harbor spores of a bacteria called Bacillus cereus. These spores survive the cooking process, and if rice is left out at room temperature, they multiply fast. The real danger comes when we reheat that rice. The toxins produced by this bacteria aren't destroyed by heat. So even if your rice is piping hot, the toxins remain. Studies have linked these toxins not only to food poisoning but to long-term damage in the gut and immune system. Chronic exposure may even increase cancer risk because of the inflammation it triggers in your digestive tract. So what should you do instead? Always refrigerate rice within 1 hour of cooking. When reheating, make sure it's steaming hot all the way through, but don't reheat more than once. If it's been sitting out overnight, throw it away. That leftover fried rice might look tasty, but reheating it could put your health at serious risk. Next on the list, potatoes. Potatoes are known for being a nutritious comfort food. But when it comes to reheating, they can become dangerous. The risk isn't in the potato itself, it's in how we store it. When potatoes are left to cool slowly at room temperature, especially wrapped in foil, they can develop Clostridium botulinum bacteria, the same bacteria that causes botulism. This toxin is one of the deadliest known to science. Just a small amount can cause blurred vision, breathing difficulties, and even paralysis. Here's the kicker: reheating doesn't always destroy the toxin. That means popping your foil-wrapped baked potato back in the microwave the next day might look harmless, but it could expose you to something life-threatening. Doctors recommend storing potatoes in the fridge as soon as they cool down, without foil, and heating them thoroughly before eating. If you're unsure how long your potatoes sat out, it's safer to throw them away. The danger of botulism isn't something to gamble with. Now let's talk about chicken. Reheating chicken is something millions of people do daily. But experts warn it's one of the riskiest foods to reheat, for 2 reasons. First, chicken is highly prone to harboring bacteria like Salmonella and Campylobacter. If it's not reheated evenly, something microwaves are notorious for, these bacteria can survive and cause severe food poisoning. But the bigger, lesser-known danger lies in the way chicken's proteins react to reheating. When cooked chicken is reheated at high temperatures, its protein structure changes, making it tougher to digest. These altered proteins can stress your digestive system and lead to inflammation. In fact, repeated exposure to these altered proteins has been linked to higher risks of cognitive decline and dementia later in life. Scientists believe the inflammatory response triggered in the body can affect brain health over time. So how should you handle chicken leftovers? Store them in small portions to ensure even cooling. If reheating, use the stovetop or oven instead of the microwave to guarantee even heat. And remember, never reheat chicken more than once. Fourth on the list may surprise you: spinach and leafy greens. We're told to eat more greens for better health, but reheating them can actually turn them into a risk. Why? It comes down to nitrates. Spinach, kale, and other leafy greens are naturally high in nitrates, which are usually good for heart health. But when these vegetables are reheated, those nitrates convert into nitrites, and then into nitrosamines, which are compounds linked to cancer. Doctors warn that reheating spinach repeatedly increases the likelihood of forming these cancer-causing compounds. On top of that, some studies have shown that nitrites in excess can interfere with oxygen transport in the blood, leading to headaches, fatigue, and even neurological problems over time. So what's the safe way to eat greens? Cook them fresh in small portions you can finish in one sitting. If you have leftovers, eat them cold in salads or smoothies instead of reheating. That way, you still get the nutrients without the risks. Finally, let's talk about eggs. Scrambled, boiled, or fried, eggs are packed with protein. But reheating them can be more harmful than you think. Just like chicken, eggs are very protein-dense. When you reheat them, their protein structure changes drastically. This makes the proteins harder to digest and can cause bloating, stomach pain, and inflammation. But there's more. Scientists have found that reheating eggs, especially in oil or butter, can oxidize the cholesterol in the yolk. This oxidation produces compounds that are harmful to your arteries and brain. Long-term exposure has been linked to heart disease, memory loss, and even dementia. That's why doctors recommend eating eggs fresh. If you must store them, Eat them cold, like hard-boiled eggs in a salad, instead of reheating. Remember, with eggs, freshness is not just about flavor, it's about your long-term health. So let's recap: rice, potatoes, chicken, leafy greens, and eggs, 5 foods that can turn dangerous when reheated. While it might feel wasteful to throw away leftovers, your health is worth much more than saving a few dollars or minutes. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with friends and family. You might just protect someone from making a dangerous mistake in the kitchen.